Welcome everyone to Press Start. My name is Jeremy and I hope you are all having a wonderful week. The beta for Shadow Arena, a battle royale style melee fighter by Pearl Abyss, the makers of Black Desert Online, wrapped up on Sunday, and I thought I'd give my thoughts on the game after participating in it. Now, I only played the game for several hours, so this won't be telling you who is the best character or what is the best dropping spot. Simply, it's going to be my thoughts on the overall presentation of the game and my feelings on the fun factor. Before I do, if this is your first time to the channel or you're returning for another video, make sure you click the subscribe button to be notified of future videos. And if you like what I'm doing, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below on how excited you are for the upcoming release. All of this really helps me continue making new content for you guys and potentially expand on what I can offer. So, let's get into the video. Starting with graphics, what can I say other than they are fantastic? Remember, this game is developed by Pearl Abyss using the same engine and graphics used in Black Desert Online, which is widely known for its amazing graphics. The characters look amazing, the color really pops and gives a realistic and lively feeling to the characters. The map, in my opinion, definitely shows an attention for detail, and the trash mobs, while all of them look similar, have a good design as well. I really have no complaints here, so I'm going to just move on. For characters, you have 9 to choose from, each with their own unique playstyles, skills, ranging from a Berserker class to a Death Knight all the way to a Mage. I tried every character and felt the stark contrast across all of them. For myself, I definitely had a better time in solo play using Gerald Schultz, the Berserker class, as he felt like he could deal the most damage while also taking the most damage. This isn't to say he is the best character though, because in all of my drops, I did get crushed by various characters. However, when an opponent was using him or the Death Knight, I definitely felt more scared. The weakest, in my opinion, was Heroine, who is similar to a Priest or White Mage class. In general, it was any of the mages, as her moves took a long time to cast. I'm going to assume, though, she's much better and probably meant to be used in duo play, which I never got to play because I didn't have a partner to queue up with. But my biggest takeaways is a lot of diversity in playstyles, a lot of characters to choose from, just not sure if it's well balanced for solo drop-ins. Big melee damage dealers definitely had an advantage there. For game types, there are 2, solo and team, which is basically duo. The goal is the same in both. Be the final one or the team at the end of the game. Now, there is a practice mode which you can drop in and you'll find other players in there trying to learn combos and just get an overall feel of the game. And there is a private match, which would be good for future competitive scenes, or just if you had enough players that you wanted to play against and not against randos. You start off at the center of the map, and then after a set time, you get turned into a wisp and blown away, which is basically your drop-in point, and that is where you will spawn. You need to be facing the way you'd like to go, though, because in my experience, it always sent you in the direction your character was looking. You then find mobs around your area to which you kill and get dropped loot, and you will need to know this if you're going to play this. 3 of an item will upgrade it to the next class. So if you get 3 commons, that goes to an uncommon, uncommons to a rare, and etc. There are some super bosses or boss monsters that are spawned across the map and they are indicated on the map. You can go to those guys and fight them to get epic loot. I killed one of them and it wasn't easy, but I will also say it wasn't super hard. Just be warned though, they are marked on the map as I said, so an enemy may go to that character and use it as a chance to jump on you when you're low health and least expect it. That happened to me once. In the opening minutes, you get what's called a grace period. So if you die, you just actually turn into a wisp again and you're sent away. I actually liked this mechanic as it encouraged early battles and not having to end the match for dying, re-queue up, and that's something I feel a lot of new players in Battle Royales really despise. It opens the door to a faster learning curve and keeping the fan base engaged. As with all BR games, as the time counts down, the circle closes on you. As the circle closes, stronger monsters also spawn in the field of play. These guys drop better items and rewards, but they're also tougher to kill. They might have more armor or more health. Also, there are a lot of mobs, and I mean a ton. So be mindful as you go around because you can use those to either catch an enemy by surprise or end up getting yourself in a bad spot, and that happened to me quite a few times. Combat feels powerful, and I liked it. Sometimes my moves, though, felt like it was tickling my opponent while they were stomping my face in. I'm going to credit that, though, to me trying new characters each time and not quite having a good combo down. Also, sometimes I misclick skills, and that left me high and dry. That's just me clicking the wrong buttons. Now, I feel a controller might have helped me avoid that, but when I was playing, there was no controller support. I'm not sure if they added this later in the days of the beta. My only real gripe about the combat, though, is it sometimes was hard to track your attacks as it uses an action control, meaning you need to have your marker on the enemy to hit them, similar to a gun in an FPS or Smite's Combat if you've ever played that. For mages, though, you had a little more room for error, which you could still hit them even if you weren't exactly on them. But then sometimes I'd see the cursor indicating it would hit them. I would cast my spell, and I would see the spell go way off in the wrong direction. Now, this mainly happened when I was trying to run to a more advantageous position and quickly turn to cast on the chasing enemy, which feels like it discouraged those quick movements for those range attackers. But when I was a melee fighter, I could always do this accurately. Again, not sure if range is better in team play or meant to be used in team play where you have the focus on a teammate, but that did rub me the wrong way. Also, stun locking can be an issue. Now, I had this happen a few times where I would get hit and I would get knocked to the ground, and sometimes they would just sit there and pummel me until I died, sometimes with me never getting back up. I don't know what the reason for this for. I saw some people say this is RNG, where you could be knocked down sometimes for 2 seconds, sometimes for 4 seconds. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that that was a problem. However, I still really enjoyed the combat despite these issues. It was fluid, sound was on point, and it was a blast when you got the kill, especially when some of the fights I had felt like either side could come on top no matter who got the drop. For my final thoughts, I'm actually kind of excited to get back into this game. I will admit I have a very hot and cold streaks when it comes to BR games, as I'll play them a ton at first, and then I'll stop playing them, and then I might go back and play them, and then I'll stop, and it'll just keep being like that. It's just how I am. Now this one, though, definitely feels like it's going to be on my list of those that I return to. I hope they go the route of free-to-play so I can return. I haven't seen if they're going to make you pay for this or it is going to be free-to-play. However, based on my play in the beta, I will say there is balancing issues with who is viable in solo play, which means the longer that goes on, the more it could turn me or other players away, which isn't good for the longevity of a BR. I will give the benefit of the doubt, though. This was a beta, and Pearl Abyss says it got a lot of feedback to make changes before its actual release. So who knows if any of the gripes posted on the Steam page will be heard, and you can go read them. I'd encourage you to do so. I hope they do, though, because I feel Pearl Abyss has a good thing on their hands, of course, with some refinement. For now, that's all we have for this video. Once again, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below, and also hit that subscribe button and consider hitting the bell to be notified every time that I post. Thank you again for watching, and as always, remember, your gaming news starts right here.